Hello everyone, it's Dante here. And in case you're wondering why I look sweaty and unruly, it's because I just got back from a 3.5, maybe a 4 mile jog, but who's counting? And while doing so, I kept thinking about how I needed to break through any resistance to make another video. This shit is hard, putting myself out there and working through my pain and struggle in this transformative journey that I'm on. But here I am to talk a little bit about it. So a couple of months ago, I really started to focus on my life and take full responsibility for all of my behaviors and actions and patterns. And I started to implement changes. One of the first things I did was I started reading. You see, in the morning I get up and I usually hit the restroom. So instead of scrolling through my phone, I started to take a book in there with me. The one I had started with was a gift that was sitting on a shelf, Never Finished, by David Goggins. And coincidentally, after starting the book, a friend of mine invited me to join him on a 10K marathon now. Just to give you some context, I don't like running. But being that I was not exercising regularly, I decided to challenge myself. And a couple of weeks before the event, I started to train, I started to prepare, and I went through with it, and I was extremely proud of my results. In fact, I beat my friend in the race, and that gave me momentum to continue working on myself. I continued reading. Since then, I've done the 4 agreements, which is a little bit of magic and a lot of insight. I just finished the Way of the Warrior and then have begun The Power of One More by Ed Milet, and I am excited to see where that takes me. I've also continued to jog as part of my weekly exercise routine, and I feel great after doing so. Another thing I've worked on is journaling. Journaling is something that I've done throughout the years. I try to do so every night. I don't always get around to it, but after looking back in past journal entries, I started to see a reoccurring theme. I started to realize that there was something very important I needed to address. And for me, that was the decision to go sober. Now, you're looking at a man who has drank alcohol and smoked marijuana on a daily basis for many, many years. And the challenge was to go 120 days sober before asking myself the difficult question on if I ever wanted to drink or smoke ever again. I now sit halfway through that journey, and I will say that the mental clarity, the energy, the overall sense of well-being this has offered me is a game changer. And I encourage anyone who's thinking about doing the same thing to do it now. It's extremely beneficial. Another thing I'd like to speak about is my journey in spirituality. And for me, that's come in the form of meditation as well as prayer. I pray for support, I pray for guidance, and I do so in Jesus' name. I understand that some of you may not be able to relate to that, but the fact of the matter is, as I've been looking up towards mentors, especially in the industries that interest me, I'll find that 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, these successful individuals have faith as part of their daily practice. So I've made it a point to do that myself. We often hear about the body, mind, and the spirit. So I make sure to touch each and every one of those bases every day. And the last thing I'll mention is in my previous video, I highlighted my experience after going to the Life Surge event as well as the Trade Surge seminar. Since then, I've had some time to reflect, as well as some discussions had with the Life Surge team that's reached out to me. And I'd like to say that although attending those events were part of my journey and there were valuable takeaways, I find that they struggle to provide some results. And as Tony Robbins likes to say, results are very important. They may have the best intentions at heart, but I continue to ask myself if the products or services they offer add value to the people's lives that purchase them. And with that being said, I would never want my opinion to discourage anyone from attending these events. Find out for yourself if you feel like that's something for you. I thank you for anyone that's watching this video, and want you to know that I do so with my sincere commitment to serve. Have a great day.